Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here. I'm eating a whisper. I don't know why I thought that exactly that moment would be the best moment to put chocolate in my mouth, but we are where we are. As I said, as I forewarned at the end of the last video, we are starting off here in Pallet Town, back where it all began, and I'm just having like a nice little chat with my mother, a little catch up or whatever. I switched up the team a little bit because what I want to do is I want to, off screen, like I'm recording all of this on the last day, like from the first video that, from the first video where I was like, oh, welcome back, blah blah blah, and this is what happened, and I can continue the project or whatever from like the Saffron Gym. Like, all this is on the same day, like, I'm on a roll of recording this, but beforehand, in advance, I had actually leveled up Aunt Vesta and Wollywog, so we can try and get them evolved here. So I've swapped them out. I've also swapped out Ducks for Seal here, and Peru for Young Dom, or some combination of that stuff anyway, so... because obviously I want to get some more screen time for young Dom here. Do you know what we might do, actually? We might as well stop by Professor Oak and get, like, a live, on-screen, first-hand evaluation of our Pokedex in person. Good to see you! How is your Pokedex coming? Here, let me take a look. Pokedex completion is wonderful! No. 123... Oh my god, 123 Pokemon seen? Are you serious? 91 Pokemon owned. Professor Oak's rating? I'm impressed. It must have been difficult to do. Oh, that's a really nice, like, evaluation. Sometimes he's like, why don't you try evolving things? Or why don't you try this? Or why don't you try that? I think, like, that's the last time I got, like, my evaluation done in Pokemon Silver. I taught Seal Surf, by the way. The last time I got my evaluation done in Pokemon Silver, that's what he was like. He was like, you should try experimenting with evolution or something. Seeing as we're here on this route and we'll probably never be here ever again, I might as well like stop by here and catch Tangela, seeing as this is the only patch of grass. Well, no, wait a second. Can you catch it on that route to Fuchsia City? I have like a strange feeling that you can catch it on that route, like between Lavender Town and Fuchsia City as well. But I don't know. All I know is that you can catch Tangela in this square of grass, and this is like such like an incongruous, like little patch of grass here. Like it's just a random patch of grass south of Pallet Town. It's the only grass on this entire route between Pallet Town and Cinnabar Island, and you can catch Tangela here. It's like so odd. I have no idea what it is. And like in Pokemon Gold and Silver, you can catch Mr. Mime here, which is another kind of like strange Pokemon to just have catchable here in this small little patch of grass. It's so strange, but there you go. There you have it, folks. So yeah, while I'm waiting to run into a Tangela here, I'm going to eat more of my Whisper. Seeing as I'm not going to be doing much talking anyway, so I can have chocolate in my mouth to my heart's content. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut to when we find Tangela, so see you in a sec, guys. Oh, there it is, right now. And I still had chocolate in my mouth. Chocolate! So I had to like take like have a cup of tea, or not a whole cup of tea, like have a sip of tea or whatever, to clear up my mouth. Don't you go binding me now. Tangela looks so like I love Tangela's sprite in this game because it just looks like such a big mass. So like in later games, like once you get to like Generation 2, like the Tangela sprite, it just doesn't look like it has like the same bulk as it does in this game. Like I love how like massy, like it just looks like a giant mass of tendrils and tentacles in this sprite, which like it doesn't have that quality in any of the sprites later on. Like later on. In like the later games, it just looks like a round Pokemon, and like its body, like its proportions are different, like the proportions between its eyes and its body are just not as extreme as in this sprite in this game. Go on, catch it. There we go, we caught Tangela, there we go. I'll always remember, like, I will always have fond memories of Sean, aka Kickbutt Toaster, aka Sean from Good Entertainment, and his, like, LP of Pokemon Fire Red, and him having a Tangela, because he caught a Tangela and actually used it, and he called it Beard Burger, like Beard Burger, and he actually like spelt it that way, like phonetically. It was something like BEADBUGUH or something, like from Parappa the Rapper. And like I will always remember that because I just thought it was so cool, and that was like one of the moments where I was like, yeah, that's what Pokemon's all about, just catching Pokemon and using them. You know, like catching Pokemon like Tangela and using it. I'm gonna call it Cousin It. What else would I call it? Cousin It. Maybe I could just call it It. Cousin It. Like, just the word Cousin It. Like, it's not even a word, it's a name. Like, I love the name Cousin It. It just sounds funny. There we go, Cousin It was transferred to Bill's PC. So yeah, let's swap back in and Vesta or something here. And hop on our Seal. I can just picture myself like sitting on Seal, like the singer Seal's back, and jetting through the ocean waves. You want to know if the fish are Betty? Thanks, Betty. Like, Joe, the way it looks like in the SpongeBob movie when David Hasselhoff is like jetting through the waves. Like, that's what I'm imagining, is like me sitting on the singer Seal's back and him similarly jetting through the waves, like just like, and singing, why not? Singing something like Fast Changes or something. Seeing as that's like the most like another strange song that's befitting of like the strange situation of me perched atop Seal's back while he jets through the waves. Yeah, I'm gonna swap out to Aunt Vesta. Aunt Vesta is just the coolest. It's a shame that she wasn't in the show more often, like in Sabrina the Teenage Witch, because Aunt Vesta was just such like a glam bitch. Like, and just the way she lived in the Pleasure Dome, and she had the Hall of Gratuitous Praise. And it's like, who wouldn't want to live in the Pleasure Dome? I taught Shania Swift, by the way, just in case you didn't notice. I just love how she like just comes out of nowhere. She's like the epitome of the cool aunt, that kind of way, which I think is like something everybody has. Oh my god, Aunt Vesta grew to level 21, and Shania got a boosted. You got boost power. Extreme Evo boost is what it is. Now that Aunt Vesta is level 21, it's time to switch out to Wollywog and get some alley balls and get some leveling up done here. But yeah, it's like, I think everyone, like that's such a real thing, like, you know, the cool aunt, like everyone has the cool aunt, you know, who kind of doesn't play by the rules and is kind of like a somewhat, not a bad influence, but kind of just like good, like she's like the person who doesn't play by the rules, and she's not like beholden to any kind of responsibility structure that otherwise that otherwise applies to your parents. At least that's the kind of impression that you get as a child, because obviously your parents are uncool, and since your parents are uncool, by comparison, this kind of like lawless individual that is like your crazy aunt is like you don't have any like, you obviously have no consciousness of, well, no, this is just like a regular person who has a regular life full of responsibility like anybody else, you know. And because that doesn't enter into it, all of us, like, your cool aunt turns into this thing of, well, why aren't my parents as cool as you, and you like don't play by the rules, and you're everything that I want to be. And I think, like, because that's such a real thing, that's why Aunt Vesta is such a cool character, because she is the epitome and the embodiment of the cool aunt, who just kind of like who just kind of like flies into your life, picks you up, jets you off to Paris. She doesn't have any rules, she doesn't have any responsibilities, she just has fun all day long. And in comparison to your parents, or in comparison in this case to Hilda and Zelda, who are supposed to be like the responsible ones, and Vesta is evolving. Like, in comparison to them, and Vesta is just, as I say, this rocking, high-riding, glam bitch who does what she wants when she wants, you know? And of course she's going to look cool in comparison to Hilda, to Hilda and Zelda, you know? But yeah. So that's Aunt Vesta is all leveled up. Here she is as a Gloom. Got away safely. So yeah, I guess I'll like switch Wollywog out to front. That Sea King did a number on Shania. That's the power of confusion. I didn't even comment on it. I didn't mean to do that. Use a lemonade to heal 10 HP on young Dom. No, I wanted to use it on Shania. Because let's go, girls. Yeah, let's go, girls, and get down to Cinnabar Island. I got a big haul. Wanna go for it? Is that an innuendo, my good sir? Oh my god, I'm having so much fun recording this today. Oh, are you for real? This is going to be one of those battles? Do you know what? I am not switching out Wollywog for all of these battles. No way, Jose. Do you know what? Actually, I might use Seal in this battle just to get him some airtime. Oh my god, look at it! It looks like its neck is so fat. Like, just, do you see like those, like, I think it's like 3 pixels on the right hand side of its neck? Like, they just, like, those 3 pixels alone, like, contribute to its neck just looking unbelievably flabby and just like it can't even move. Like, look at it. And just the way its tongue is all stuck out, it's absolutely adorable. Look at it, it's gorgeous. No way am I going through this battle like this. I'm switching out to Shania and just using Thunder Shock all over the shop. Because no way am I like switching back and forth, and no way am I spending more than 1 attack to take out a Magikarp of all things. Poor Seal is just gonna have to get his airtime some other time. As I say, like, I might consider keeping Seal in my party, at least for a while. Because that's the thing, there are so many water types I love that it's very hard to draw the line. Like, you guys know as well as I do that I would have loved to use Lapras, and I would have loved to continue using Fishy Queen, and I would have loved to use, Shelder, and I would have loved to use Staryu, like, I would have loved to use them. But, like, there's so many water types that I like that I just kind of have to draw the line somewhere. And that's a very difficult thing to do. But I'm actually really enjoying using Misty Day. And I'm actually really enjoying using all of the evolutions. Like, I mean, it's something that you would otherwise never get to do in a playthrough. Like, usually you have to choose. Like, you have to choose whether, well, do you want Espeon, or do you want Umbreon, or do you want to wait until you get to Cerulean City, and then you're going to be able to, get the evolutionary stones. And, like, normally you don't have that choice. Like, normally you just kind of have to pick something and use it, unless you're going to go crazy breeding Eevee, and then like the time that takes up, and like the volition that takes, actually, more than anything, because it's not something that just happens. I think you have to have the volition of, okay, I want to have like more than one Eevee, so I'm going to go ahead and like breed them so that I'll have them to use. Like, you're not going to do that. And I think just the fun factor of this playthrough just automatically making it possible, like by virtue of the kind of playthrough it is that I was going trading with the other games, like making it so easy and so doable to have like all 3 evolutions is just so unbelievably fun. I love it. Like, just being able to do that and just having all 3 of them. And that's why, and as well because like Shania is such a, like, Jolteon's such a good electric Pokemon. And actually, as Fire Pokemon go, I'm really looking forward to making more use of young Dom as well. So that's going to be really fun too. So I don't know, like it's going to be hard. Like I'm already thinking of kind of like, I don't think I'm going to be using Bob Pataki all that much anymore. I don't think I'm going to be using Bob Pataki all that much anymore because, like, well, look, it's kind of like a bulky big water type that knows surf and hydro pump, and it's like, well, I can also go ahead and use Vaporeon, like Misty Day, as a bulky water type that knows surf and hydro pump, do you know? And so, no, that's not going to work at all. We cannot allow this to continue. Poor young Dom just isn't allowed to do well in a battle, apparently. Let's just switch out to Shania, because that's the thing, Razor Leaf against his poison type Tentacruel. Another water type I would have loved to experiment with using, you know? Let's just see how much this does, actually. Not that much. That's a little bit disappointing, to be honest, but then again, like, Jolteon's attack stat isn't that great. Like, Jolteon is all about the speed, like, really and truly. And man, what a speed stat it has. And look at that, like, crazy boosted experience I'm getting. It's crazy. And still and all, young Dom doesn't grow to level 31, but Wollywog is evolving, apparently. The Alley Balls is going to evolve into a Poliwhirl. An Alley Ball. It's going to evolve into an Alley Ball, of course. So yeah, that's Wollywog all evolved up now. All grown up with you. All grown up, I really want to shout it out. Or whatever that song goes like. It's something to that of that nature anyway. Switch out Mr. Burn. And that's the thing, I think I'm doing a good job so far of kind of giving as many of my Pokemon as possible. Why did I not go ahead and use the Repel? I think I'm doing a good job so far of giving... Oh my god, you're level 35. What the fuck is in the water here? Like, seriously? Then there's no point in even using Repel, because, like, if there's just level 35 Tentacool out here going around the place, like, what's even the point in using a Repel if you're just going to show up anyway? Jesus Christ. Well, you're normal. You're level 15. Like, Tentacruel is another Pokemon that I would have really been interested in testing out and using, you know, but again, it's just so many water Pokemon, so little time. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Pokemon Center here. I mean, might as well just, like, get stuck into Pokemon Mansion, actually, for what that's worth. But I think we're getting up to 18 minutes here, and I don't like these videos being all too long, because then it just feels like I'm just, like, packing loads and loads into a video, so I think that's enough for this part of Let's Play Pokemon Blue. Thanks a million for watching. Next time we're going to explore Pokemon Mansion. See you then. Bye now.